Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I'm bringing you a deck I'm calling Eating Crow and Shrooms. This is an Ezreal and Swain deck, and it has been used in the past, a similar deck concept where we are using a lot of damaging spells to control the enemy side to level up Ezreal and to level up Swain. So in order to level up Ezreal, we need to target enemies 8+ times, and with Swain we need to deal 12 non-combat damage. And because Piltover and Zahn has so many of these targeted abilities that deal damage, they both level up Ezreal and Swain pretty easily. It's not that hard to level them up, especially with things like Static Shock, where we can target multiple enemies at once for Ezreal. Now, some other things, like a few differences in this deck, besides all of the targeted spells that we have. I'm running one Funsmith, I'm running 2 Arc Glinthorn, and I'm running 2 Chimpunk Shredders. Now, all 3 of these cards have not seen a lot of use since the release of the Rising Tides and Bilgewater. There's a lot of different ways to incorporate more damaging abilities into the decks. So for example, the Funsmith, all of your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage. The powder kegs that were released with Bilgewater pretty much do the same thing as she does, and all the units that can produce them, so like Gangplank, all those units that produce the kegs pretty much do the same thing as a Funsmith, and she's kind of expensive. She's 5 mana and has a stat line of 2/3, so she's not really used to block or attack very often unless you have an open attack onto the enemy nexus, and you don't want to generally block with her because you want to use her ability. So not used that much. I'm only running 1 of her, but if I get her down and all of these spells and abilities are dealing 1 extra damage, it can go a long ways into clearing out the enemy board and potentially doing a board wipe with the Chimpunk Shredder, who's going to deal 2 damage to everybody if the Funsmith is down. So the reason I'm running the Chimpunk Shredder and Arc Glinthorn together is that you can, at the end of the enemy's turn, play the Chimpunk Shredder. You'll deal 1 damage to all the enemies, and then at the start of your next turn, play Arc Glinthorn, and you will stun all of the damaged enemies when you attack. So they'll have to have some sort of removal to get him out of the game, or stunned as well, where he can't attack and then get an open attack on the nexus potentially. And with all these damaging spells, if they happen to play another unit that could block you or another of your units, you have all of these spells that can get rid of that as well. And another way that Chimpunk Shredder synergizes well in this deck is the Ravenous Flock, where you deal 4 if a unit is damaged or stunned, so he will damage all of the units, and Ravenous Flock is a cheap spell that can take out a lot of units for how much it costs. Now, other important aspects in this deck is that because we're running Ezreal, we're also running these Mushroom Cloud producers. So we're running 3 of Clump of Wumps and 3 of Chump Wumps. That's just for some late game burst spells. After Ezreal is leveled up, we can deal some extra damage to the enemy nexus super fast and potentially finish off the game with Ezreal. We're also running 3 Arachnoid Sentry, which again synergizes really well with the Ravenous Flock, and also slowing down the enemy's pace and preventing them from attacking your nexus. Besides that, we're running 1 Flash of Brilliance. I like running 1 of these cards. Once again, this is another flash spell that Ezreal can use, but it also can produce card draw in progress state. It can produce True Shot Barrage, which is a good way to clear out a lot of enemies. Hextech Transmodulator, another way to help protect your nexus from taking more damage by transforming enemies into weaker ones. And Reckoning, which can take out the entire board if Arc Glinthorn or the Chimpunk Shredder are down. So quite a few ways to utilize Flash of Brilliance. This spell can also be just discarded with Get Excited, which also works with the Mushroom Cloud. So that's about it for this deck. Go ahead and like and comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell me what cards you would like to see in a future deck, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
must be alive.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
They'll never see us coming.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Your ancestors await.
I got ways to find me mushrooms. Be still now. Your ancestors await. I thought you'd never ask.
Keep running, Kate.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
One candle for every soul.
They won't suffer long. Who needs friends anyway?
Excuse you.
I am the shadow. Into darkness.
Check me out. Watch and learn.
Come from the dark.
Oh, that's a harvest right there. I knew we had it all along.